Yo, what up? It's CodeBro and I'm back. Today I'm going to talk about React Motion, which is a very cool React library, which I noticed it's been around forever. It's been around for 2 years at least. And no one has really kind of done a tutorial on it or anything. So I thought I'd get that ball rolling. First, we got a shout out to CodeBro Cheng Lao. He created this library, and he's obviously a really smart guy. Works a lot with React, so definitely check him out. He's got some cool stuff, and he's got some great videos. Which he does some good talks based on. If you check out YouTube and Cheng Lao, it's like. I think that's how you spell his name. Yeah, he's got some incredible videos, not only on animation, but all sorts of interesting stuff. So yeah, big shout out to Cheng Lao. Now, what does the library do? It's basically an animation library, but it is based on a very simple idea of a spring kind of contracting and expanding. Maybe that sounds a bit complicated, but that's it basically shows animation through physics. So I'll give you, this is a basic example. You can find this on my website, but also in the demos in the library, Simple Transition. You know, it's this very simple thing. I've expanded that a little bit on my website so you can see the full page. And you can change any aspect of this motion. You can make it sort of, so like at the end of it, it kind of wobbles a little bit by changing some configurations. You can basically change the stiffness and the dampness of the animation. So if it's more stiff, it'll be like just faster and more direct. But if it's more damp, it'll be kind of like it's going through sand or through water. But we'll explore that a little bit later. I just wanted to introduce it to you in this tutorial. Okay, other things that this thing, because it's a very simple library, there's nothing overcomplicated about it. Under the hood, it just uses request animation frame, so there's no CSS transitions going on there, which I don't know, in some ways isn't such a great thing, because if you've got other animation frames running on your app, then you know, obviously they all need to share the same CPU, whereas when you use CSS transitions, it goes onto the web browser GUI. So yeah, I think in some ways it's a downside, but basically, you know, using transitions, you're straitjacketed. You're basically just forced to comply to however they do things. Whereas this library is obviously, you know, using animations based on physics, which just isn't possible in transitions. So yeah, you've got this component motion, which is your bread and butter. It's basically, will give you something like this, very direct. Notice, by the way, that when you can actually like stop that midway, something you cannot do with transitions. So like with a transition, you'd have to wait for it to get to the end. If you stopped it midway, something messed up would happen. Anyway, so you've got the motion component. You've got staggered motion, which actually I've done a kind of a website using some staggered motion. You can see when that loads up, like this, there's like 3 different animations that stagger. When you click on here, yeah, you can see like this goes up and then this bottom part comes up second. And when you click on there, you can see it sort of like folds out. So that's staggered motion. You know, I was going to put staggered motion on this. I actually had a staggered motion version of this. Oops, what have I done? So, you know, like I wanted it to, I should have, anyway, I'll show you more about staggered motion later, but basically I decided not to use it here because it would sort of interfere with the other requests, because I've got a lot of animations here and I wanted to keep this as fast as possible, so I just made that like no animation. Anyway, that's staggered motion. What have I done? And what else we got under the hood? Well, not under the hood, above the hood. Transition motion. Now this is a very React specific thing. Transition motion is basically like when something mounts or unmounts, you can give it an animation like a fade in or a fade out. I've already done a video on this regarding how you can do that with transitions. This, honestly, I'll be honest, like I prefer to do these things with transitions because normally I'm just doing fade-ins and that kind of thing, but this is pretty cool because this will give you a very like direct access, I guess you'd call it an API, to how components are added and removed, and it works within an array. So if one of these array objects which represent a component is removed, then the animation will take place whether it leaves or it enters or something like that. But yeah, in my opinion, this is, for me, this has personally been the least useful thing on here, although I don't know, maybe I just haven't taken advantage of it. So this is React Motion. It's fantastic. I'm going to do a few more tutorials on it. This is just an introduction. Yeah, if you've got any specific questions about it, let me know. But basically, we'll be making stuff with React Motion in the following videos. All right, thanks for listening. Have a great day.